Hello and welcome to Viewpoint. I'm Volodymyr Suluhub. A year ago, these were the final days of the defense of Donetsk International Airport by Ukrainian military and volunteer fighters. A defense that lasted 242 days, staged by Ukrainian fighters who, because of their tremendous actions, became known as the cyborgs. Joining me now to share his experience of the time spent inside the Donetsk Airport is freelance photographer and volunteer fighter, Mr. Oles Kromplyas. Mr. Kromplyas, welcome to Viewpoint.
Thank you. Hello.
Mr. Kromplyas, you spent about a week inside the Donetsk International Airport during the time of the heaviest fighting inside the airport. But you were there not as a fighter, but as a photographer. Can you tell us what motivated you to go there?
Yeah, sure. By the time I was a volunteer of Azov Battalion, and we were sitting on the base just guarding ourselves, and we were waiting for some action. But everything was calm there on that front near Mariupol. So I reminded that I have my journalist ID and I have an opportunity to go everywhere I want. So I used my connections and asked for a paper from National Journalist Community of Ukraine and asked my commander to give me opportunity to go to Donetsk Airport as a business trip, just to make some reportage, to make some photos there.
But why did you decide to go to the airport and document what was happening there instead of taking part in the warfare?
I was sitting and thinking about how can I help them, these guys that are, who are sitting there and just defending this piece of cement and plastic. And the only thing I could help them just to make some good photos and to represent them to the European and world community. So I just realized
Yeah, you just wanted to go there and be... But it was the most dangerous place on the entire battlefield.
So what?
How did you feel about going there?
When there's no... You can't feel anything there. This place was so extremely dangerous that you have... so I had no feeling there. I couldn't feel anything.
So you did not feel the fear?
No pain, no courage, no... I wasn't frightened. No, you just performing like a machine, like cyborg. Yeah, exactly. When your blood is full of adrenaline.
Even though you were just a photographer, even though you were there to document.
Yeah, when you're moving, I was always thinking about where I can go, where not. If this place is dangerous, if not. Can somebody shoot from that place in this area where I was standing or not? So you always should think like a soldier there. Besides that, besides my camera, I had my gun. So, from all points of view, I was treated like a soldier. I was military journalist, but I was officer anyway.
This thing, cyborg, which was given to the Ukrainian defenders of the airport by the enemy, seems to have stuck with the defenders, and the Ukrainian population rapidly picked it up, and they started referring to them as cyborgs. When you were talking to the guys inside the Donetsk International Airport, how did they feel about being referred to as the cyborgs?
They all were encouraged, and I must confess that all of them was either volunteers, but from any other regiments of Ukrainian army. So they asked the commanders to go there to defend the airport, so they feel no pain, they were not frightened, and they were ready to defend this airport until the death.
Well, that's understandable, but they knew that they were being referred to as the cyborgs. How did they like
They
it?
were laughing, they were joking about the quantity of killed enemies that were published in media, and they were laughing because this data were extremely increased. Press, some writers, journalists wrote about thousands of killed Russian soldiers, thousands, not
Hundreds.
yeah. And
Was that true, or was that an exaggeration?
just 1,000 in a day? Of course, it's not true. It's not real data.
When you were there, and you were a soldier yourself, did you notice any particular qualities of these cyborgs on the warfare, on the battlefield, which were different from the ordinary soldiers?
First of all, they were motivated. They were the real professional, and you feel
You said they did not feel the fear. They were not afraid.
yeah,
But is that a good feeling? Because a normal, the healthy
they were
amount of fear would save your life.
They weren't mad or just without any.
So they weren't crazy.
No. They were just the real professional. For example, we had a message via radio that in 5 o'clock in the morning, terrorists will try to attack us, and everybody at night before had gone to sleep, and in the morning, just before 15 minutes from that attack, everybody woke up, take their guns, and just dismissed. Just for 15 minutes before that attack. So this 15 minutes just was the time just
Enough
to
for
get
them.
fit and
Enough for them to prepare for
a
attack.
battle, and without any panic, without any. Everybody had gone to sleep. Just calm, without no emotions, no fear.
You spent there the entire week. Can you describe for us the atmosphere which was there inside a heavily damaged terminal of an international airport? What was it like? And it was surrounded almost entirely by the enemy.
I just tried to do it for a simple customer, for a simple person who lives somewhere in Western Union.
People do not realize.
Yeah.
So can you share this experience?
Just try to imagine a big mall, something like Metro, or just a big mall in the suburbs of the city, without any electricity, without any heaters, just big, huge, enormous building without dark and frozen. There's only cement columns and plastic covers. Plastic covers, it's worn of the bullets. Sometimes this building is shaking because gun ammo explodes on the top of it.
Looks
every
like
5
some
minutes.
scary experience. Mr. Thomas, we're running out of time, and I still have a couple of important questions. The soldiers there in Donetsk Airport, they were witnessing death on a daily basis. How did they feel about the fact that they're being outnumbered and outgunned? Because the other side, the enemy side, had far more personnel and far better military equipment, far better machinery, artillery. So, and the cyborgs were dying every day. What was their emotions about witnessing death in this closed space?
No, because they are all professional first, and they are volunteers. They knew where they wanted to go.
But even if you're a volunteer, even if you're a volunteer and you see your brother in arms being killed every single day, that is definitely taking a toll on every person. How did they deal with that?
I don't know. Maybe they did not show any emotions on that. When somebody was wounded, it was just a question of to help him and nothing else. Or if somebody got cold, they just told that unfortunately he had to leave airport. And I know somebody who were sitting there not for 1 week for one rotation, for 2 weeks or for a month there. And when somebody was killed, I don't know what emotions they feel inside, but outside they showed no emotions. Just a simple. But you know, you on the war you very fast just got used very fastly to for such moments of death, of blood, of some cruelty, and any other moments of war.
So no emotions whatsoever.
Mostly. Just all emotions that I've seen there is just good emotions. Just to talk, just to tell some stories, good stories, to tell some stories from Afghanistan, from their experience, to share their experience. And everybody, I think everyone encouraged any other with these good stories, with this humor, with the stories of life. And everybody pretended to be a real warrior without these emotions of fear, with this.
Yeah, it seems like they were trying to keep up the high spirits. Mr. Kromplyas, many thanks for finding the time to come and talk to us. A volunteer fighter and freelance photographer, Mr. Oles Kromplyas. We were talking about the defense of Donetsk International Airport by Ukrainian soldiers. The battle lasted 242 days. I'm Volodymyr Solhub. Thank you for watching Viewpoint.